welcome back to my channel. She's Crafty. Hope you're all doing well. So in today's video, I'll be taking you through the process of me making this letter package for a friend of mine, and it's really beautiful and kind of elaborate but very pleasant to watch. So here what I'm doing is I took this greeting card that I have. I did not make it. It's just a sample card that I have with me, made with handmade paper and naturally dried natural leaves and flowers. So here I just wanted to brighten up the flowers, so I put some yellow stamp over there, and then now I'm taking some brown stamp and going around the edges of the card to make it look very old and antique or rustic. And I'm using a sponge to do it. The ones that you get, I think they're supposed to be makeup sponges, but I use it for art and craft. And I'm kind of doing the same thing on the back side as well, because otherwise it just looks weird unfinished. So yeah, and once that is done, I'm just taking the black stamp pad that I have to run over the edges, again to kind of emphasize that look of old rusty card that has been maybe dug out of mud, maybe. Something like that. And now here I feel like because of the brown, the yellow has been overpowered, so now I'm going back with the yellow stamp just to brighten up the flowers once again. Now that aside, I'm moving on to the letter. So this is the letter sheet I have from a letter set that I bought from Daiso. It's got really beautiful paper, but it's just plain white, and I don't want it really white. Like I said, to go with the card, I decided to use the brown stamp and spray some water on it, and then kind of rub my letter sheet on top of it to kind of give it that watercolor effect, I guess. And I'm doing the same thing with the red stamp now, because I don't want it to be too brown. And I really like the way it turned out, surprisingly. It looks both muddy and yet kind of pretty, I guess. And yeah, so I just leave that aside for drying. Now I'm just having a look and seeing if it goes together, kind of ties in or not. Now because the letter has a bit of red and the card really doesn't, I decided the envelope should have a bit of red all over it, both the front and back and everything. It looks a bit too pinky and floral, so now again I'm going in with a bit of brown to kind of neutralize that effect, I guess, to not make it too pinky. And then again going around with black stamp over the edges. I then move on to just writing the letter once the paper is dry, and put a tissue on top of it. It's actually designed by an artist. It has really cute drawing on it, so that goes really well with it. And like I said before, I really think the card has a lot of yellow in it, so to again neutralize the card a little bit, I just put a bit of red on the card. Just playing it out with the stamps I have here. So this stamp, let me remember. Oh, it says "Let's celebrate," and there have been several occasions that we could have celebrated, but I think we missed. So there's so many things that happen in this particular friend's life, and I just wanted to congratulate her for all that she has done or gotten done and all of that. So yes, I think this is a beautiful way of just celebrating what your friends are doing. A lot of times I think in the name of constructive criticism and positive feedback, we just tend to criticize the work rather than just appreciate whatever they've done or whatever they've achieved already. And it's, in my opinion, very important to do that. So in the letter, I'm just being blabbering about myself, like this is happening in my life, blah blah blah, so I want to hear from you. But in the card, I'm just congratulating her for whatever she's done and saying that she's done a good job. And I'm just going ahead with putting some stickers here and there. I'm just bringing out my stash of like journaling cards that I have in this pouch that I hold all the normal stuff. Oh, and this is a tape that I have that has these like really fancy fashionista looking ladies in pretty clothes. So I just decorated my paperclip with that, and now I'm trying to just figure out where to place and how to place each of these elements. And I think this is the most important step of the whole process, if you ask me. The whole playing around, kind of constantly changing it to see where it looks good or where you think it feels right, and something like that. There's no right or wrong. Like, I personally don't start off by being like, yes, this is where this goes, this is where this goes, and blah blah blah. No, I just do a lot of playing around, place things here and there, and then decide on whether I'm going to stick with it or change it and everything like that. Now here I'm just putting one of those journaling cards on the left side because obviously I don't want to leave it plain. And the idea was that I will stick a picture of me and my friend near that journaling card and maybe write something nice. But you'll see what I did. I didn't get to stick a picture, I did something else. And here I'm just putting these tiny white stickers on the flowers to kind of add something to it, a bit of sparkle. And on the envelope I'm just gonna decorate the back side of the envelope because it's a big envelope. So if you can't, I feel like if you do leave it blank, it will look pretty blank. I don't know, I don't like leaving it blank, so yeah. So I went ahead and cut another bit of like scrapbooking sheet and pasted it at the back. And on the front now, I'm just gonna stamp these dotted lines to write the address. And I think these little elements kind of really add a lot of value to the work that you're doing, I guess. And I hate that my head kept popping in. Oh my god. Anyway, now let's see, what was I doing? Now I also go ahead and stamp the letters T and O individually, like separately, to get the word to. And then after that I go ahead and write with the pen with the address. And here what I'm doing is just putting it all together, adding a lot of like finishing touches, I guess. Just keep adding and layering things as you keep going. I think just keep adding if you feel like. If you don't feel like, if you feel it's finished, just that's it. So it's like a muscle that you have to develop. You know, the more you do, the more you know. And here I'm kind of like tying this card with the yellow string. When I initially did it, I thought it was pretty cool and awesome, but now looking at the video, I feel like that's a bit too much. Like, I could have left it without the string. It's just too much yellow. But at the time I really liked it, and I still think maybe it's cool. It's just, I don't know, maybe right now I wouldn't do it, but yeah. Or maybe I would at least use a different color for the string. And this is, remember on the inside I tied the string, but I told I put a picture of my friend and I did not get a picture. So what I'm doing is, this is a scrapbook that I bought for $2, I guess, from some store, and I never ended up finishing it. So I'm going to use stuff from this book, and yeah, so I'm going to pretend those two doggies are me and my friend who got like a photo shoot done. And I'm also going to include my business cards in there. So yeah, I think it's really important for all my friends to have my business cards. It's like, if they don't have it, I'm gonna kind of force it on them. So yeah, this is my attempt to force them to have my business cards. So after fuzzy cutting both the doggies, I put them in. I'm just trying to again play around with the placement of the dogs, because I thought I wanted the camera on the journaling card to be seen, but then I decided it doesn't really matter, it's okay. So I end up putting the dogs over there, and yeah, but it's good to look at the whole process, I guess, to know that you never know for sure that this is how it's supposed to be unless you just play around. You won't get it perfect the first time, and maybe you won't get it perfect the last time. As long as you just cover it up and make it look intentional, I think that's that's the main aim and goal, and that's a win-win situation. So now after sticking those doggies in there, I'm just doodling that arrow and then end up writing that, these cutie doggy pictures or whatever. I don't remember what I exactly wrote, but I'm sure I just wrote something like, this is you and me. I just couldn't be bothered to take a picture, so yeah. And that's it. Ta-da!